Hey!
Welcome back, S-Fam.
Welcome back to the Sisters from Another Mr. Podcast.
This is Brittany.
And this is Dialissa.
Today, what are we talking about today?
Keeping up with the mother effing Joneses.
Mother effing Joneses.
Yes.
They have everybody fucked up out here.
Okay? Everybody. Got everybody's bills in disarray. Priorities in a disarray. Family dynamic in a disarray. Just in a whole disarray.
Your self-esteem, people.
Okay. Confidence.
Everybody got butt shots.
Okay.
Everybody.
Low self-esteem and just all of this lack of confidence. Unsure of themselves. Those goddamn Joneses.
Yeah. I feel like it's even worse now with social media, too. Social media might be the Joneses.
Yo, for real, because I was just going to ask you, who the fuck are the Joneses? Who are they?
They are Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and whatever social media you on.
A facade.
That's what it is, and I don't think people understand that. It's not real. It's not. Most people are going to show you the best.
So
and they just finished wiping tears away to take that picture.
Okay. Listen, it's like those posts where they be posting like they're at the beach. But they're really not?
Yes.
Where they be actually?
People buy, you could buy backdrops like that.
Oh, yes.
It looked like you at the beach.
Boy, oh boy. And got everybody out here thinking, damn, yo, she got stamps all over her passport.
Yeah.
And all kinds of stuff going on. She's just bad.
She must have money to travel like that.
Listen, I blame Drake too. I blame Drake and Chris Brown.
Why?
Okay? In this new song. What's the name of the song? Whatever the damn song is called. I don't know the name of the songs these days. I'm an old lady.
One where they're dancing?
No. Well, yes. Where they do a dance battle in the music video. Are you talking about that one?
Yeah. And Drake doesn't dance, but he has the little boy to...
Yes. But in the beginning, he's talking about all the things. I mean, it shouldn't be like, let me not blame Drake. But legit, like, when you hear a song like that, you're like, yo, I gotta be that bitch, too.
Oh, okay.
I have trips planned, and I gotta...
Yeah. Because you feel like, well, Drake said.
Okay, because that's what I need to be doing,
No, that's true. And I don't know. I feel like even in every aspect of your life, goodness gracious. But what about, like, not just spending money on trips? People do that for material things. Like, people are spending money buying things that they cannot afford.
People aren't even just only doing that with buying things. People are out here trying to live lives like other people, though. Like, when it comes to being married, having children, having a certain profession, just anything, honestly.
Yep.
Cars, just anything.
Everything.
Hell, it could be a podcast. And listen, nobody's saying that you can't go out and do these things, but I just think it should come from a genuine place.
Yeah.
Like, it should be something that you truly enjoy and want to do or want to have or whatever the hell it is that you got going on. It shouldn't be based off of somebody else doing it or whatever, or having it.
Yeah, it definitely should be more of your own goals. If you wanted to have that job, cool. But just know why you want to do these things. And don't just, like, get online and say, oh, I want to do that now.
No, absolutely.
Or I want to have that or look like that. Even I think, like, people do it with, like you said, with their businesses or their jobs. I think it was Gary Vee. Somebody was talking about how they feel like maybe everybody's trying to be an entrepreneur and it's not for everybody. And I think that's a big deal too. It's like, dang, what's going to happen in like a few years? All these people have quit their jobs or put themselves in situations that they can't sustain. Because
a lot of these businesses they're starting, I feel like too, isn't something that they're passionate about. It's just something like, yo, let me hurry up and do this get rich quick scheme.
Right.
It's not really any substance to it.
Right.
When it comes to you,
Right. You don't have a real plan. And that's dangerous.
No, it is.
That's very dangerous.
It is. And I just hope that, I don't know, even if you are like investing your money that you are making now, you know, like I just don't know. Like, I don't know how
it's gonna play out.
Yeah, how's that gonna end?
What would people do without social media? If you didn't know what other people were doing, I guess people did that back in the day though. You're just keeping up with like your local people. You know, your neighbors or somebody, your family, your friends. You see your family. Somebody in the family just got a new car, and now next Christmas you got that same one.
Or you got to have something
better. Yeah. They got the 2017. I got the 2020 or whatever.
Or like I feel like even people do that with their own children, where it's like, oh, well, you know, little Johnny got into such and such school.
Yes.
Or little Johnny is doing this. And then, you know, they're pressuring your children. Because not for nothing, I remember when I was growing up, that was a kind of a thing that used to annoy me. It didn't happen very often. But I remember my grandmother would like try to like compare me to her friends' grandkids. And I was just like, yo, I am not them, nigga. Not at all. That's not gonna. What are we talking about?
Adults do that a lot.
I do not give a hell what Patrice is doing, or Candace, or whoever the hell. Not care. I am Dialissa, not them women. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I feel like adults do that a lot, and that's kind of scary too, because even like how I know you said in your profession, where parents will say, "Well, are they developing fast enough?" Because they are with their friends or they see other kids in the classroom doing things that their kids can't do yet. But then they start thinking something wrong with their kid.
No, for real. And then see, then that becomes a thing too, because like you're trying to you putting all this pressure on your child, and then you taking them to go get evaluated and all this. It's like, yo, calm down. They're only 2.
They put them on medications.
Okay.
That's not right.
Forcing them to like, listen, I'm the potty training queen at my, you know. But it comes natural. Like them kids just go when they feel ready. I'm not gonna pressure them, because what people fail to realize is when you're pressuring your kids to potty train, then when they get to a certain age, they revert and they're pissing in the bed, and then you're mad about that. But you don't even know where it really stems from. You know, and I'm pretty sure there are other reasons why, but that's definitely one of the things. Like, you gotta just let people be. Like, everybody's at a different speed. Everybody's at a different point in their journey.
And that, I'm sure, messes with the child's like self-esteem.
Yeah, and then I feel like that might even be the beginning stages of a individual's outlook on how they should think. Like the rat race to keeping up with the Joneses. It starts there, because it's like, oh man, you know, I gotta be on point. I gotta make sure that I'm, you know, such Mary doing this, I need to be doing it too. At least, you know, we're this age, we got this kind of life. Why? What's going on? You know, but that's not the case. That person is on their, you know, at their point in their journey, and you're not quite there yet. It's fine though, you know.
And that actually just might not be for you. That's another thing too. That just might not be for you, and that's okay too. You just gotta figure out what is for you.
No, absolutely.
Because everything ain't for everybody.
In your own lane.
You really should be only competing with yourself.
No, seriously.
That is my biggest competition, is myself.
No,
everybody
seriously.
should just be with yourself.
Yes. I feel like if we focus more on competing with ourselves, we would get so much further.
Oh my gosh. Because then you spend so much time looking at other people's stuff.
And you could have been doing your own thing.
You wasted time.
No, seriously.
You wasted so much time. It's like...
And not even for anything, because at the end of the day, I'm not talking, again, about other people. I'm literally talking about myself too. Again. Stating that, you know, like we'll get on these fitness pages on Instagram, and it's like, man, I want to look on like this. I want to look. And you're so busy looking at these people's pages. The amount of time that you're on these, you know, gurus' pages, you could be in the gym. You know, sometimes I literally get stuck sitting looking at a YouTube video or something. I'm like, oh, all this time I could have been...
An hour went by.
I could have been at the gym getting like my damn self. Getting better for my damn self, you know?
It's a little bit like... It will make you freeze because you're so busy scrolling.
Right. And trying to research their shit.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with like research. Right. You know, but it's like, okay... That's enough. You gotta have like a limit.
You can't be obsessed.
Yeah.
And you have to know the boundary. You have to know where the line is, you know, where the line is. You know?
And that makes it easy to talk yourself out of stuff too. At least I have found that. Like if I'm okay, oh gosh, I gotta go to the gym. I go to the gym, and then I'm watching other people, and I'm like, dang, look at her. Dang, she lifting that much weight. Dang, look at how much
never gonna be able to do that.
fuck this. I'm not doing this. It's not gonna work for me. And then you just get like, you know what?
Down.
It's so late in the day anyway because you done spent 2 hours scrolling on somebody else's stuff. And you're like, you know what? Forget it then. And then you just say, you don't go, you just grab a bag of chips and sit down somewhere.
No, absolutely. And that's awful.
That is awful.
You're like self-destructing yourself.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. That's why I had to like change my Instagram timeline. Like what people I follow and things like that. If you're somebody who's posting pictures and it's just you and you look really good, that's good for you.
Right.
But I can't be distracted with that. I need to follow the people who are going to post their workouts. I need to follow people who's posting like food recipes that's going to help me. Or even if it's something for business, if it's like entrepreneur ideas or motivational pages, I need to post. I follow a lot of those kind of pages because then that's all I'm going to see. I don't have time for the other stuff because that'll easily distract you.
I'm telling you. And I feel like you could just go on and on about this topic because even like we talk about fitness, we also talk about, we're young Black women. And I feel like, there's always this pressure, like we always talk about, like, when are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? Yeah. And it's like you, in your mind, subconsciously sometimes might, like a lot of us women do, you'll sit there and think, man, am I ever going to get married? Am I going to ever? Because people are asking us these questions, but like, I mean, I know it's a new day and age and women are proposing to men, even though, I'm sorry, I don't like to say never, but I would like to say never to that. I don't think, like, it's not my job to propose to a man. And we can argue about that, but I'm not here for that today. All I'm saying is, people ask you that question and you start to feel like, damn, yo, when am I going to get married? Some of us. And it's like, yet again, another rat race you have to race.
Yeah, you start feeling like, wait a minute, should I have hurried up by now? I remember when me and James was dating and it was like, okay, we dated in college. So that's 3 years. But then post-college, 2 years later, technically we've been dating for 5 years. But people didn't understand is like, yeah, we were in a bubble on campus. That's not the same thing. I need to keep on living some more life. We graduated college and I was I was 20 years old. Right. I didn't turn 21 until after we graduated. Like, dang, I need to live a little life. People would be asking, when you getting married? Y'all been together for 5 years, 6 years. I'm like, it has been 6 years, but I still don't feel like I want to be married. I'm only 22.
Right.
Dang.
But there's a lot of women out there that feel the same way and they start to feel like, hey, damn, I'm 21. Everybody's talking about being married, getting pregnant and stuff like that. You start looking at your calendar, figuring out, like, trying to do the math, calculating years and whatnot.
You start, like, trying to figure out, okay, how many kids I want. That means I got to have them how many years apart. I got to start at this age so that they can be perfect. Then they can go to school together. And then it's like, yo, that's not the way life works.
It really isn't. It really isn't.
You gotta relax.
Really, one of the things that I feel like really gets people in an uproar about, like, what they got going on is like high school reunions and shit too. Because it's like, it's not ever like, oh, I want to just simply go catch up with my old schoolmates.
Yeah.
It's always oh man, I got to make sure, like, I got my shit popping. I got kids. I'm married. I got this career.
Yeah, everybody's trying to stunt. How is it possible that everybody who you graduated with is doing excellent? How is that even possible?
And if they ain't going to be there, okay?
Yes. They will all sit. I'm sick. Yeah, right.
Even though I can't lie, low key, I wasn't at mine.
I mean,
but it wasn't
I didn't even live in New York anymore. I just wasn't going back for that. That's what that was for me, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think you're absolutely right. Even in high school, I remember the rat race because I was a virgin and everybody else wasn't.
Oh, God.
And it was like, you ain't had sex. When you going to do that? When you going to start dating someone? You don't want that? No, I don't like none of these dusty fools in this school. And I'd be damned if I'm going to have sex with one of them and risk having a teen pregnancy or a disease. No, thank you. I'm good. But even then, it's like, well, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Let's go. Like, yeah, I'm good. Don't try to put that on me.
No, absolutely. I think that was definitely my problem people just so much pressure.
Yeah.
That you put on yourself, that other people put on you, you know?
And you look around and it's like, man, maybe I got to keep up with my friends because they doing it. Maybe I should do it.
That can't be good for your mental health.
That cannot. It
all
is
this
not.
stress, you know?
That is not good.
I feel like all of this really does, like depression stems from a lot of this. I feel like, you know, when you feel like you are not up to par, you know, when you aren't doing what you feel you should be doing at that perfect time.
Yep. Because it messes with your self-esteem. Even like, you think about it, like, okay, you said it from when kids are 2 years old, their parents start comparing them to the other kids, let alone when you're in high school, you start to compare. That. Yeah, it is.
Oh, you're not crawling or, you know,
God.
all kinds of stuff. Damn.
Like, come on. Then it's like, okay, all the way up to high school, and then past high school, like you said, for your high school reunion, people still, it's like your whole life. You never, you always in a rat race.
You go to school, you become a lawyer, they trying to figure out when you're going to make partner. It's always a
something.
never-ending thing,
Jesus
you know?
Christ. That's so annoying. And it's like every aspect of your life
is being compared and scrutinized and picked apart, pulled apart.
And it's only magnified. Now I think it's magnified with social media. Because now that I think about it, social media ain't started. But it's like magnified. Because now absolutely. You can see what other people doing in a whole other country to keep comparing yourself to.
No, absolutely. Because, you know, not for like, that's true. Because I look at some of my cousins who live in like Trinidad and you're thinking, oh, it's an island. Like everybody talks about the States like it's such a big thing and we rich, we got money. And then you go back, you look and they rocking Gucci and shit. And you're like, yo, how the fuck are you wearing that shit? You on this little ass island? This is not fair. You going on trips. Like one of my cousins just got back from like a month-long vacation. I'm like, how?
Wow.
How? You and your man is in Ibiza and all these different places. Like, how?
Now, imagine if you said, listen here, Keem. We got to go on a month-long vacation. Pack up your shit. Get all your credit cards. We maxing them shits out so we can do this. God damn it. Like, that's crazy. But some people are looking at her and doing that.
No,
now,
absolutely.
Granted, you're not, but there are some people out there doing that. Like, oh.
Listen, I was tempted. You're going to be too? Like, what you doing? What you doing? What you selling?
That's crazy. That's so crazy.
It is, man.
That keeping up with the Joneses, boy. Like,
you start thinking, like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Or not doing? Because I need to start doing.
I didn't do that. I need to do that. Exactly what you're doing. Give me the blueprint.
Okay.
And that's unhealthy because it's like how we said before, you got to do what's right for you.
Yeah, you absolutely have to.
On your own time.
That might not be for might not be for you right now.
Right.
You know?
And I think people need to remember, you don't know how they got there to start doing whatever it is that they may be doing.
I'm telling you. You don't know what people have to do. For real. Yeah. Not saying that, of course, my cousin got like that. But
no. But
like, there's people out here that legit selling their souls for the stuff that they have, you know? Or that they're doing.
Man, I read a tweet one time and the girl was talking about this crazy story. She was like to her friend was like, yeah, I make like $30,000 in a weekend. She's like, what do you do? Come find out the girl was having some men crap on her.
Oh my God.
And she was like, she went with her friend thinking she gonna do it too, get some money. And she didn't know what it entailed until they started pulling their pants down. She was like, oh no, never mind. She ain't get paid, according to her tweet anyway. I was like, yo. And then she summed up her tweet by saying, you'll never know how people got their money, so just do what you gotta do.
Keep on going. What's the little train?
The little engine that could.
Yeah, man. Little toot toot or whatever the hell it is.
Listen, like
Tink Tink. That's the comedian Tink Tink. What's his name? The crazy comedian, light-skinned comedian with the perm.
I don't know.
He was on Friday.
Cat Williams. Shit. Go ahead, little Tink Tink. Shit. Don't worry about these other big niggas. I loved him in Friday.
I'm gonna be the tortoise. I ain't gonna be the hare out here.
No, for real. Slow and steady wins the race.
It does. Worry about your own shit.
Yep.
Because, I can't sell my soul like that. I just can't.
I mean, I feel like we know people or seen people or who've jumped into relationships trying to compete. With the Joneses.
For real.
You see that type of stuff all the time.
And then it's like, then when it doesn't work out, then what?
Now that's some new baggage you got.
For real.
For no reason.
That you did not have to have.
Didn't have to happen. You didn't have to have that go on.
That's why I'm like, let me live my little slow and steady life, because that shit might not be for me. You don't know what's for you. Right. Only God knows what's for you. You just need to keep your faith and keep working on yourself. You know, people have to really remember, like, you gotta really hone in on what's for you. Self-care, self-love. Worry about yourself. When you know what? This really goes back to what my father used to say. And I think you always say this too, that he used to say the same thing to both of us, is that when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, the people who are for you, the right people, they're going to be on the same track. They're going to come find you. You don't have to go find them. You know?
He used to say that all the time.
All the time. And I will say, he was absolutely right.
He was.
Absolutely right.
He was like, listen, when you go to college, don't let nobody distract you. Don't get distracted with them boys. The right man will find you. Just
They're
keep
always
on
gonna be there.
studying.
Nobody's going
keep
anywhere.
On doing what you got to do. And he was absolutely right.
He was. Too busy worrying about the wrong stuff.
You got to stay focused on your own self. And then you can, like, move from there.
Right. And nobody can do, you know, at that point, all you can do is respect a person when they're on their own path. You know? You're not going to have to deal with settling. You're not going to have to deal with the ultimatums that someone else is putting out.
Right.
Because they're going to want to be able to keep up with you. Like, yo, I want to be able to be on their... Men, and especially for men. Come on, ladies. You know how these men are. We got to be doing our own thing. We got to be on the right path, doing our own stuff. Because then that'll keep them, like, intrigued. Like, wait, shit, I need to get up on my game.
Right.
You know, the right person. Right.
She a boss. I gotta level up.
Yeah, man.
I gotta step up to the plate. Do whatever I gotta do to stay on her radar. Even. Yes. Like, let alone to just be with. I gotta just at least stay on her radar. Because you set like a certain standard for yourself when you do stuff like that.
And then even when you get into the relationship with these men, they will know how not to treat you, and they'll know that you know, are only gonna take nothing, basically, you know?
Yeah, they're not gonna push you.
No, they're not gonna throw you any type of shit and you just have to eat it. No.
They won't be able to manipulate.
No.
I feel like that's why you shouldn't even be worried about other people's relationships either. Because that's another thing. Like, you people, you know, you worried about what was his ex-girlfriend doing? What is my friend next door doing? Her man, he's taking real good care of her. What are they doing? And you don't ever know what's going to work in your own relationship or what you actually are willing to take.
No, for real, because not even for nothing. Like, you work from home. But let's be real and think about it how everybody else is going to think about it. We're not going to say what it really is. We're going to say, yo, you stay home. You're a stay-at-home wife, if people were to ask.
That's absolutely.
Right? So I feel like people are going to think, like, you know, damn, you know, she gets to stay at home.
Yeah, I want to do that.
I want to do that too. And they don't even know what that entails. You know? Y'all don't even have any kids right now.
It's a lot of work.
And even still, I wonder sometimes if that is a blessing or a curse, because it's kind of like, do y'all not have kids? Because right now it's like, yo, I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm a stay-at-home wife, and I'm figuring out some shit to make it work. You might not even know that yet. Yeah. You know? I know what you mean. That might be a thing, like, you know, just subconsciously not even thinking about it. Like, I don't even have any kids, and right now I really can't afford it. Not financially per se, but just in general, can't afford it because I'm trying to do something. But for other people, it's kind of like, oh, she stays at home. She lives the life. But
why not just have some kids? People have said that exactly to me. Like, yo, you already at home? Have some kids.
I might have some. That's a joke.
Like lots of people. I can't even think of the individual people. I just know I've heard that so much times that I don't even put a face with it anymore. Right. It's like, oh, you already at home? Just have some kids. And it's like, what? No, it's
not just I'm not staying at home, like some people maybe watching soap opera all day.
Like I wish I could, but I can't. Yeah, people do think like, and then it's like, that might not be it for everybody either, because you can't try and say, oh, well, I'm going to stay home, but you might need to talk that out with your own husband or whoever your significant other is, because that might not be something that they down for. And then that'll cause troubles in your own home. Why? Because you think that it's so great. Like you got to take the good with the bad. No, there's no situation that's perfect. Mm-mm. And I think that's what people got to remember about that whole facade. In no situation is ever going to be perfect.
Mm-hmm. And then not every situation is for you.
Nope.
Just because one husband says that they can manage doesn't mean that another husband can.
Exactly.
Or will want to. Mm-hmm. And they have every right to feel that way.
Because there may be a man out there who you stay home and then he resents you.
Right.
That leads to all types of arguments. Y'all might not be able to afford it. Who knows what could happen?
Exactly.
You just gotta worry about your own situation and who you with and who you are. Because it ain't for everybody.
No, absolutely. Or people like rush, babies are so cute and they want babies. Or they think, maybe they didn't even think that. Maybe they just felt like, I got married and the next step is to have kids. So I'm going to have a kid. And then have a kid. And then this kid is just like, they resent the kid because they didn't realize like they're not, that wasn't for them.
Some people have kids too, and I feel like, your kids are like props in your life.
Seriously.
It's just like, the kid is not going to just sit still and look cute. That's not real life.
On these cute little outfits, these Gucci and
then
Jordans.
And then you take pictures and you see them on Instagram or wherever, and you think, oh, wow, look at them and their kids. They're so beautiful and they're so happy. That kid is just there just for dress up sometimes. I've seen that before.
No, for real. Honestly, this actually makes me even start thinking about like some of these kids who legit have died at the hands of their parents. And you always see they're so cute and well dressed and their hair's always combed so very nice and all these different things. And then they die and you hear that it was at the hands of their actual parents or step parents or whatever the hell it is, family members. And you're like, yo, what the hell?
You would never have guessed.
Never have guessed. This poor child is dealing with demons every day.
There was a YouTube family, and the family, it was like 6 or 7 kids or something. And they like got taken from their parents because allegedly they were like malnourished and abusing the kids. But they was on YouTube making all this money from like toy reviews or something like that. But it's like people would have never ever guessed that this happy-go-lucky family, the kids seem so happy and they're all dressed so nice and look at the toys, they got everything. Nope. They were being abused and they ended up having to take them out of there.
Ain't that something? And they're in front of a lens.
Ain't that something?
A live lens, too. It's not even like,
nope.
Oh, we take this picture real quick. No.
But who knows, though? Because maybe the parents was like, cut, and then edit it and make it look a certain way too. You never know. Even on YouTube is not like people go and they don't ever stop. Everything could have, the filters.
Exactly. Everything has a filter.
Yep. Everything has a filter. Everything could be edited and tweaked to make it come out a certain way. So that when they give it to the public, it looks like, oh, that's perfect.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, James always says, compare Mary.
Okay.
Stop being a compare Mary.
Yes, stop being a damn compare Mary.
You can't always keep up with the Joneses and you don't know what they got going on anyway.
Oh, my God. I'm not going to lie, though. It is hard in some aspects. Like, what do you think are some tips though? What is some advice that you give people? Because it is, the obvious. Some of the obvious is kind of like, okay, now you're obsessed. You're this obsessed person that's watching someone's life and you're trying to use that as your blueprint. But like sometimes you're doing shit and you just really don't even know. We constantly beat up on ourselves every day. What could we do?
I think. One tip is like what I did. I changed up my whole social media. What I consume is going to be different because it just wasn't working for me. Because you see a bunch of models and they look great. That's great for them. Not me. I need to go to the gym. And to see people actual workouts, to see actual recipes, and to say, okay, it's not necessarily a picture of them. It's like that lifestyle and the tips that they're giving, I can actually use that. I feel like that's the thing too, is like you gotta change up what you consuming.
Right.
Be more mindful, of stuff like that.
Right. I think some people also like that works for I feel like that would work for a lot of people, right? But I think some people also need to take a social media break.
Yes.
You need to shut it down. Some people go on breaks for like a month, 3 months, 6 months, Sometimes you need that break because you just can't.
Yeah.
You can't differentiate the difference between bettering yourself and trying to be someone else,
Yeah. You get a little too consumed.
Yes.
I think you gotta remember, like, you gotta just be self-aware, I guess, to know what you can handle and where are you at. Are you like in your fully obsessed with this?
Oh, okay.
And then you need to stop, or can you change it up a little bit? Like you said, that's not going to work for everybody. You got to know yourself, definitely.
Right. And I think you really need to start paying attention to what you're good at, what you enjoy, what you love, what's important to you, and then, ask yourself, what is the next step? Like, what do you want to do? And once you figure that out, write up a blueprint, write your own damn blueprint,
right.
Get yourself a planner or whatever it is and figure out, or journal, whatever it is that you need to figure out how you can get yourself to the next level. And then maybe you can start to research things within that.
Right.
Not worrying about what everybody else is doing, but worrying about what you want to do. And yes, getting, I think it's great to be able to have these resources where you can look at people who are doing familiar things that you want to do, that you know, and getting tips and tricks from them, and then putting your own spin on it and adding things and, just being you, fully yourself.
Right. And you got to remember, like, you don't have to take the whole thing. If they give you steps 1 through 5 or tips, they give you 5 tips, maybe only 2 of those really apply to your situation. That's okay.
No,
you got to know what to take and what to leave, and don't try to be someone else. Like, just be yourself.
No, absolutely.
And you be good.
And then I feel like when it also comes to dealing with other people, so, when it's not just about something that you want to do, but like maybe something that involves other people, like when it comes to your kids, when it comes to your relationship, you have to understand that your spouse or your partner or your kids aren't Mary's kids or her spouse or her, whatever. You need to know who you're with. You need to know your own kids, your own family, and try to create your own loving family, your own successful family. Not everything works out. Shit happens. Sometimes you end up with people and you're so headed, just in love with them or whatever the case is, and it doesn't work out, right? That happens. Can't beat up on yourself, but I feel like also what you need to do is learn from the whole situations. Don't go into another relationship with the same bullshit ass steps, same bullshit ass attitude. Try to come with something new. Come in with some self-care, some self-love. Like, take some time for yourself,
You might need to take a break, step back,
Yes.
reevaluate. What did you do? What were some signs that maybe you missed? Or what things did you accept that you thought you could and then you realized later you couldn't? Yeah. You got to kind of take a minute to just whew, what happened there?
And love yourself.
Yeah.
Love yourself. Take the time out to love you.
Yeah.
And not be worried about, someone else loving you. Because can't nobody love you more than you love you.
That's a fact. I mean, and I also think it's like how he said, it starts from young, right? Mm-hmm. So invest that time and teach your children to have that same self-love. Boost their self-esteem so that when they go out into the world, because it's only, this digital age is only going to keep growing, right?
Yes.
And the influences that we get from the internet is going to keep on, it's going to be even more profound. So what you need to do is build them up to be able to
succeed,
to take anything.
Yeah.
They know, like, no, I know me. I'm good. I'm so good because my parents, mom, dad, whoever
set me up
to know this, and I'm good now. So you got to like invest in your children from young.
Man.
If you're on the parent end anyway.
You need to pour into your children from young.
You have to because ain't nobody else going to do it for them.
Right.
And then they'll just be thrown to the wolves.
Yeah, you got to break that cycle because maybe you're doing it because maybe you didn't get that. Because I feel like if you got it, you wouldn't be in this situation. Not saying that our parents were bad or wrong or anything like that, but maybe they didn't know better. But now you can be that force that knows better and can break this cycle.
Right. And it's not like a one-time thing, too. Because that's the thing, too. Sometimes I feel like parents say, oh, I told you. Yeah, you said it one time, though. Sometimes you got to say it a couple of times, and then it changes from when they're 2 to when they're in high school to when they're in college to when they have their first kid. And like, you got to always be pouring into your children.
No, unfortunately, that's
parenthood.
Unfortunately, that is parenthood.
Right.
Like they were talking about how kids or even babies or whatever, you have to tell them things X amount of times before it actually clicks. I don't think that ever changes.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So you just got to keep on talking and talking yourself blue.
And showing them, too, because sometimes, it's actions, right?
Yes.
Like, if you show them that might be even more helpful. You got to do both, I think. That's just the way it works.
Right. Another tip I have is that when it comes to finances, we're so worried about keeping up with the Joneses and buying everything and doing, just trying to keep up with them so bad that our money is just being squandered. And if we would just get a hold of our own financial situation, we could be definitely doing better than the Joneses.
That's true. The Joneses, then you become the new Joneses.
You become the damn Joneses, okay? And then another tip I had was that we just gotta learn to love where we're at also. And just like you always say, is like trust the process and enjoy the process. Sometimes we need to just be a lot more kind to ourselves.
Yes.
And just celebrate our own achievements, whether we think that they're small or what, like we have to take that time to celebrate where we're at in life,
Yeah. No, that is absolutely true. That's a really, girl, you preaching now. You know what is another one? If you're a religious person, you might just need to pray for the strength to like have faith in yourself. To keep doing what you're doing and investing in your own self and pouring into your own children and your own relationship.
Your own self?
Yeah, because this way, and maybe if you're not a religious person, but just to keep your faith going. Maybe
whatever that looks
you
like believe in.
For you is just like, you might need to do that. And then also, for some people, everybody's had different types of upbringings, and we already talked about how that can affect you. Maybe you need to see a therapist. Yeah. There's no shame in that either. And that might be very helpful for helping to kind of rebuild your self-esteem and your faith in your own self. And like, okay, I have more confidence and things like that. And maybe you need to just like talk it out because maybe somebody used to do something to you or somebody said something to you that really hurt. Some people be bullied. That really that really affects people's self-esteem way into adulthood. So that might be another thing. And that could also help break the cycle. Because if you go see a therapist, you get your mind right, then you can get yourself right for if you have children.
Or for your children that you currently have.
Yeah.
Maybe you go all see the therapist.
Yeah, man. I follow this family on Instagram, the Jackson Family Values, and the mom often talks about how she was raised with no love from her mother. And so she was like, yeah, I had to change it up. And she had already had one of her kids, but it is never too late. She changed it up, got herself together. She now raises her children in a completely different way, she said, than she was raised. So it's never too late.
I also think that, like, if you really do feel that you are interested in something that somebody else is doing, or you're intrigued, I think it's nothing to ask people about, how they got somewhere. Get some type of inside glimpse of the real in their situation before you go and think, oh, I'm gonna do that or whatever. Like, really, like, have a conversation, because, like, me and you are best friends, but we have open dialogue about, like, because I'm not gonna lie, it's very easy to get caught up in thinking, well, damn, how's Brittany stay home? But if I have an open dialogue with you, I can respect, your place now, because I know it's not just about staying at home and kicking up your feet. Even if that was the case, you have to analyze things as, like, is that what you would want to do? Know? And
what does that come with?
What does that come with?
You never know.
Right.
I think that is a really, really good point. It's like, maybe find a mentor, somebody that you can always reach out to when you are doubting yourself, or when you do start to feel a little compare-mary, as James would say, to kind of get you back on track. And even if it's not someone you don't know, maybe you have that friend you could confide in, or who can tell you things, or maybe it's your parents or your grandmother, I don't know, but you might need to find a mentor. Sometimes people have business mentors too. And that's
coaches.
helpful. Yeah, all types of coaches and things out there that they can help you kind of to guide you. Another thing I think people got to remember too is that your eyes are very easily deceived.
My God.
Sometimes, like, for example, you compare yourself to somebody on the internet and you're like, man, her skin is flawless. What do I gotta do? But then you find out she's been wearing makeup the whole time. And when you see her without her makeup, because this has happened to me before, because I'm not very into makeup. So this has happened to me where I see somebody without their makeup and I'm like, oh my God, what happened?
And what's so funny is a lot of these same people are advertising skincare that they're getting paid to advertise.
Yes.
And you're thinking,
this I did not notice until you kind of put me on to makeup.
People have things on YouTube that are called the no makeup look. Like, what? Which is, like, not the worst, because I understand it. It's like you go to work, you want to just spruce up a little bit, but it's like, it's still, like, people are out there thinking, that you don't have anything
they never get a pimple. They have perfect eye. No. Nope, not at all, actually. And you out here buying whatever you think they had to use to get that. This celebrities, they be in these commercials advertising for these different makeup companies, and they be having makeup on in the moment. Or these Neutrogena commercials for skincare.
Or these hair commercials, the head and shoulders or different things. I'm like, I use that damn shampoo and that shit made my hair stiffer than a brick. What you talking about?
And then some of these women, they be having tracks in, so they think, oh yeah, my hair's gonna grow long like that. No. That ain't even there here.
Even with the makeup. Did you mention how sometimes, like, they'll have makeup on already, right? In the makeup.
Yes.
But sometimes, I swear that don't be the makeup they're wearing. Like, the actual brand. You might think, girl,
shoot.
You might go to Walmart and get you that Maybelline or whatever, and these motherfuckers got on Armani or some other shit, like their regular makeup. I'm just saying, like. Yeah. Wow. You never know.
You just never know. Your eyes are very easily deceived. On the show The Real, they did episode, and they was talking about how they be having their wigs on, or they had their tracks in, and homegirl, I think it was Jeannie Mai, she like took her track out right on set, like camera rolling. She just like, yeah, see, like even this, and she pulled it out, and then Adrian was like, yeah, this is a wig too, and then Lonnie said, this ain't my hair, and pulled the whole thing. It was like, yo, you would look at them and you would think, oh, wow. No, everything ain't what it always seemed. Now, I'm not saying that they're not all beautiful women. Yes, they are gorgeous. But it's just like, you got to remember what you see on TV or what people most screened. Let me see. If it's on YouTube, Instagram, TV, if it's on a screen, people primp and get ready for that. They're not just going to be out here looking crazy.
Exactly.
So don't let your eyes fool you. That's a big thing. You got to remember it ain't always what it looked like. Exactly.
And that's also what I wanted to bring up is that, like, how we spoke. I think we spoke about this in a podcast just recently that we recorded about just always looking out to get the next best thing. You know, you could be out here thinking I'm on the chase. I want to get this money. I want to make more money. I want to make more of this. I want to do this. I want to do. Yeah, but then the higher up you get, you're still in this rat race trying to get the next best thing. So we just also have to appreciate what we have at the time that we have it. We, you know,
like what's the saying they used to say when we were kids? Like, the grass ain't always greener.
Yeah,
on the other side.
Yeah,
listen, Biggie Small said it better too. More money, more problems.
No, seriously.
Don't think that it's gonna be smooth sailing if you just get the next thing.
Exactly.
It ain't always like that.
It's most of the time not like that.
Because I feel like everybody has some bad and good.
Right.
That's just the way I think life works. You gotta have the bad for the good.
Yeah.
To appreciate the good, to even have a definition of things being good, you got to have first a definition of things being bad. So that's just part of life.
So, and if you aren't ready to get that bad and suffer to get what you need, because hell, even diamonds are made out of pressure.
Yeah, man.
So if you're not ready for, you know, the struggle, don't expect to reap the benefit. Exactly. You know, it's not going to be the same thing. Somebody else going to have a diamond and your ass going to have that cubic zirconia. Okay? So.
No, that is so true. Even like how people will be having plastic surgery, you know, and they think, oh, I'm going to get butt injections so I could look like XYZ celebrity, because there's a lot of them now. And then some people die on the table.
Okay.
You just never know. Be careful. Or they have botched surgeries. That's a whole TV show.
I'm telling you.
You got to be careful. Because they're not going to show you that part.
Be happy with what you got, boo.
Don't let your eyes deceive you, boy.
But anyway.
Yes, fam. Fuck them Joneses.
Okay?
Don't let them get you
Be
in
your
trouble.
Damn self. I'm keeping up with the Gary A, okay? The one. Gary A.
Listen, that's the way to do it. That's the only way to do it, let me say.
That is the only way.
You gotta
look at yourself in the mirror and compete with that person.
Yeah, man.
Try to be a better person than you were yesterday. And be satisfied with what you have.
Yes.
Okay? Because we don't have to wake up every day. Okay, whatever you believe in, I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, and He gets me up every day to live another day, to fight another battle, to improve and better myself, and that's all that's important, you know. So, you know, as fam, I would just encourage you all to take a little bit of time for yourself, and you know, just indulge in some self-care, some self-love. And to celebrate where you're at currently. And stop trying to keep up with people. That's what I say.
Yeah. I say everything that Dialissa said. Fuck them Joneses and stop being a compare Mary.
Okay? No compare Marys out shit.
Nah.
Okay?
Be a you.
Yeah.
Whoever that is. Love yourselves. Because we love y'all as fam.
Dialissa out.
Brittany out.